first things first, if I had to go out on a limb and say, generally speaking, for most sales professionals and even most entrepreneurs, startup entrepreneurs, small business owners, it's all the same thing. Most people that are representing a product or a service that are in front of buyers, they give in too easily. They stop too easily. They stop too early in the sales process. They don't actually understand. Most people are not actually pushing those limits. Few are, and they need to learn how to gauge and balance that and move back a bit. And I've been in that scenario as well. I'll tell you stories about my early sales career and of how I figured this out for myself. And I did it the hard way. As you could imagine, with someone like me, I actually just decided to burn clients and learn the hard way, learn where all the measures were. But that being said, most people, as a general rule of thumb, just like in life, most people are not pushing that much. Most people are not really on that red line. They're not really going to where they should be going. So this isn't a general concern for most people. For most sales professionals and entrepreneurs, just ask one more time and try to get the deal done again, as a general rule. Now, that being said, the way I look at this is, first of all, let me just tell you really quickly, early in my career, how I figured this out. So for myself, my first career sales job and, the first 6 figures I made, and the first time I was really in front of clients all day long and closing deals all day long and whatnot. I was super young. I can't remember exactly how old, but what I did is I wanted to stay in there and persist and get deals done. I was very competitive. I wanted to be number one in the company. That particular company had 400 plus locations with 5 or so sales reps each location. So a lot of salespeople, and I wanted to be top in the entire company. And I managed to be top 2 in numbers, back and forth between this other guy. My first year in a real sales job and my first year in that company, I managed to be top 2 year over year in the entire company. So I did kind of hit my goals. But the way I did that is initially, I would really just try to burn the deal. Like when I knew that I'm getting a no from a prospect or from a buyer, and I was sitting across and I was presenting our products or services or whatnot, and I just knew this deal is not going anywhere, I would tell myself in my head, okay, well, the no's there. It doesn't look like this person's buying. My irrational mind would say, it doesn't look like this person's buying. I just don't really see how it's going to happen. It seems like they're pretty adamant on not doing this. So how about I just use this as almost a practice round for myself and really have some fun with it? How about I push some boundaries? How about I ask some questions? How about I try to ask them to do it anyways? How about I try to, see how I can incentivize them to do it? How about I start to almost do like a plea where, do it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed talking to me here. You want to come back and see me here. So do this deal for me. Just trying anything and everything I could to see where the boundaries were, to see where the lines were, to also see with different types of buyers. On our last call, one of the things we talked about was different types of buyers, right? And knowing your buyers' personalities. When you're in front of more analytical buyers that are just numbers and facts and stats, when you're in front of more extroverted, emotional buyers that are more about stories and experiences. So as I started to get a gauge on different types of buyers and prospects, I started to know kind of where the boundaries and where the lines were. And I'll tell you one thing for me, and I guarantee you this will be true for you as well. Those lines and boundaries were way further ahead than I thought they were. And that gave me the confidence and also the skill, which is very important, the skill and the ability to push those lines and push those boundaries, because you can't just do it because you want to do it. You can't just push those boundaries because you think it'll be fun. It'll come back and bite you, right? You can't do that. Like prospects will get upset with you. They will get frustrated with you. You're going to risk the brand that you're representing. So you have to do this with skill as well. But early in my career, that's how I kind of tested and gauged the lines and where the boundaries were, just to tell you guys that story. Now, that being said, as a general rule, what I would tell you guys is when you're closing deals, when you're negotiating, when you're in a sales process, you want to look for solutions. You're trying to find solutions on how to get this deal done. So that's why when you're getting a no, or when you're getting a maybe, or when you're getting a yes, it's almost all irrelevant because you're looking for solutions. If your mindset the entire time is, okay, well, this person initially just told me that no, right now is not the best time for us, or right now I'd have to look over the figures, or I'd have to speak to a partner, or I have to speak to a spouse, or whatever it might be. If this person just told me that, one option could be just to completely override that and go for the deal anyways. Just ask for the sale again anyways, which normally in most cases wouldn't be the best option, but some people do this. Another option would be to completely fold and say, okay, no problem, and give up on deals too easily. But that will cost you a lot in the long term. If you're in sales or business for a period of time, that will cost you a lot of money, compounded over the years, right? In different industries you're in, different products you're selling. The third solution, which is what I would recommend, is just looking for ways to find solutions, looking to solve the problem, asking better questions. So really trying to be solution oriented to see how you can make this happen, putting yourself in their shoes to see how you can help them make this happen, how you can help them make that decision, right? And when you look at it that way, it's no longer, oh, I'm just going to persist one more time. It's more like, no, I'm here to help find a solution. I'm here to help this person make a decision. And how can I do that? That's a better way of looking at persisting, because it changes your approach to it. And it also changes that whole, fear or awkwardness or tension that people experience when they're persisting in a deal, right?